Hidden beneath one of the world's most powerful religious institutions lies a collection so mysterious, so protected, that only a handful of people have ever seen it. For centuries, rumors have surrounded the Vatican's secret vaults, with stories of forbidden knowledge, lost gospels, ancient manuscripts, and treasures worth billions of dollars. Deep within Vatican City, the spiritual center of the Roman Catholic Church, lies the Vatican Apostolic Archive, a vast underground storage system containing more than 85 kilometers of shelving filled with priceless historical documents that date back over 1,200 years. These archives have long been surrounded by secrecy, fueling conspiracy theories and global curiosity. The word secret in the archive's name comes from the Latin word secretum, meaning private, but many people have misunderstood it as something hidden or dangerous, adding to the mystery. Entry into the archives is strictly controlled, and only selected scholars and historians with special permission are allowed to study the documents. And even they must submit detailed research proposals before being granted limited access. The vaults are protected by thick stone walls, advanced preservation technology, and strict security measures, including the famous Swiss guards. Over the years, many fascinating discoveries have emerged from these archives, offering rare insights into some of the most important moments in human history. Among the most emotional documents preserved inside is a letter written by Mary, Queen of Scots, to Pope Sixtus V, in which she desperately pleaded for mercy before her execution in 1587, revealing her fear, faith, and hope during her final days. Another remarkable document stored in the archives is the official trial record of Galileo Galilei, the famous scientist who was accused of heresy for supporting the idea that the Earth revolves around the Sun, showing the historic conflict between scientific discovery and religious authority. The archives also contain letters written by legendary historical figures such as Michelangelo, Henry VIII, and Napoleon Bonaparte, offering personal perspectives on major events that shaped world history. The Vatican archives are not simply one hidden room filled with old papers, but instead form a massive, carefully organized underground network of rooms and hallways where temperature and humidity are precisely controlled to protect fragile manuscripts from damage. The collection includes millions of documents written in multiple languages, including Latin, Greek, Hebrew, and Arabic, covering papal correspondence, royal letters, treaties, church records, and diplomatic negotiations between the Vatican and global leaders throughout history. While conspiracy theories often suggest the Vatican hides shocking or supernatural secrets, historians who have studied the archives explain that the truth is both fascinating and historically valuable, as most documents focus on church administration, political diplomacy, social developments, and major global conflicts. For example, the archives contain official records about the Crusades, European royal dynasties, and early Christian communities, helping historians understand how religion influenced global politics, culture, and law. One of the most extraordinary treasures hidden within the archives is a 60-meter-long scroll documenting the trial of the Knights Templar, the famous medieval military order accused of corruption and heresy, with detailed testimonies and legal proceedings preserved in remarkable condition. Another priceless collection includes ancient biblical manuscripts that allow scholars to study how religious texts evolved over centuries. Though these fragile manuscripts can only be handled by trained experts, the archives also contain diplomatic letters exchanged during major global events such as World War II, revealing how the Vatican communicated with world leaders during times of crisis and conflict. Throughout history, the Vatican has played a powerful role not only in religion, but also in politics, influencing kings, negotiating peace agreements, and guiding international relations. And these archives provide direct evidence of how religious authority shaped social structures and moral beliefs across civilizations. The true value of the Vatican's secret vaults goes far beyond financial worth. They represent one of the most complete historical records of Western civilization, helping historians understand how societies developed, how conflicts were resolved, and how faith influenced human behavior over centuries. Researchers continue to study these documents, constantly discovering new insights that help humanity better understand its past and avoid repeating historical mistakes. The mystery surrounding the Vatican vaults has inspired countless books, films, and documentaries, often portraying them as hiding forbidden knowledge, secret societies, or lost religious texts, reflecting humanity's fascination with hidden history and powerful secrets. In modern times, the Vatican has slowly moved toward greater transparency by allowing limited scholarly access to certain documents. And in 2020, Pope Francis made a historic decision to open archives related to Pope Pius XII, allowing historians to examine the Vatican's actions during World War II, which was considered a major step toward historical openness. Although strict preservation rules still control access to ensure the safety of these priceless documents, the Vatican's secret vaults remain one of the world's greatest historical treasures, holding fragile handwritten letters, ancient manuscripts, and official records that connect modern society to its ancestors, reminding us that history is not only written in textbooks, but preserved in original documents that survived wars, disasters, and centuries of change. Whether these vaults contain hidden secrets or simply forgotten knowledge, they continue to inspire curiosity, research, and imagination around the world. And perhaps the greatest mystery is not what lies hidden inside these ancient shelves, but how much of human history still remains undiscovered. Because as long as these vaults remain protected beneath Vatican City, they will continue to whisper stories from the past, waiting patiently for future generations to uncover their truth, mystery, revelation, and value.